Hello everyone, my name is Katie. I'm going to share with you how I created a personal budget. First, I wanted to ask myself a few questions. I asked, how much am I spending on gas in March? Where do I spend most of my money? And also, I wanted to know my average shopping purchase. So the first thing I did was I created a budget with some different categories for my expenditures. I categorized them into what I thought was fitting for my personal use. I looked at my bank statements from last year to kind of get an idea of how much I spend in which month. And I totaled the bottom using AutoSum, and then I clicked and dragged to fill in the totals at the bottom. And next, I took my expenses from my bank statement from the month of March, and I created a table for the month of March, and I also put in the category at the end of the table that I used in my budget from earlier. This way I can sort from A to Z or Z to A or however I feel fitting, and I did this by clicking Insert and Table, and I formatted it to Table Style Light 19, and I did that by going to Table Tools and Design. And after this, I created a pivot table and a pivot chart to show how many transactions of each expenditure category I was spending. And I did this by going to Insert and Pivot Table and Pivot Chart. And in the pivot table field box, in the columns, I put category, and in the values, I put count of debits. And it shows that most of my expenditures in March actually went towards shopping. And I also used Chart Style 5 in the Pivot Table Design tab for my chart. And then for my pivot table, I used Pivot Style Light 16. So I found out from the pivot table and the pivot chart that I was spending most of my money on shopping. So then I created a scenario using the scenario manager that shows what my total expenditures would be if I didn't do any shopping for the month of March. And I did this by going to Data and the Data Tools ribbon and going to What If Analysis and the scenario manager, and my scenario is no shopping, and I will show it, and my total decreases at the bottom actually. So to answer my beginning questions from earlier, I answered how much am I spending on gas in March, and I did this by totaling my gas expenses from the expenses worksheet, and I used the average function to show my average shopping purchases because I found I spent most of my money in shopping. And I think this actually changed because I just did the scenario manager over here. So and in this budget, I was able to use tables, pivot charts, AutoSum, functions, the scenario manager, and different design formatting techniques. And thank you all for watching my video.